Welcome to another Guide You Outdoors video, where we guide you to an outdoor life. For more videos, subscribe to our Guide You Outdoors YouTube page. How to bake Bannock. Yummy. Hello, welcome today. I'm going to put together some of my dry ingredients for my Bannock that I'm going to make when I'm out camping in a few days. So just to give you an example, here is a nice Bannock that I made already today. It's a nice, easy bread to make. Very simple, very traditional bread. Was used on explorers and fur trappers and Cree native people. Used to bake this bread all the time. It has no yeast in it. It can be baked on a stove top, which is unique, or on a fire, which is also very convenient when you're out camping because you always got a fire around. Before I go, I like to get some of my dry ingredients together. It makes it really simple. So in the field, all I have to do is mix water to my dry ingredients, have my dough, put it in my hot pan, and start cooking away. So the dry ingredients go like this. I will need 1 cup of flour, the whole wheat flour. There we go. That's 1 cup. Next thing is 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder here. Not baking soda. This is going to be my leavening agent, which just gets my bread a little bit light and fluffy. This is not the lightest and fluffiest bread out there, I'll tell you that. But it is bread that you can easily make out in the field. So 1 teaspoon, which is quite a bit, of baking powder. I'll put that into my dry ingredients. Okay, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So salt, just you want to have a little bit of salt. Some people also like to add sugar. I've had problems with sugar in that it makes my bread burn a little bit more. So I stay away from the sugar. I can add some honey or maple syrup afterwards when it's done if I want sweetness. But here's your 1/4 teaspoon of salt that you want to add to it. Now powdered milk. You want to have 1/4 of a cup of powdered milk. This is powdered milk that you can buy in the grocery store. This is non-fat dry milk. I personally prefer a milk called Nido, which is whole powdered milk, but it's very difficult to find. I know you can find it in Mexico and other places outside of the country, but in the country I've never seen it in a grocery store. This will work for it, but if you can get the Nido whole powdered milk, I think it's even better. So we're going 1/4 of a cup. Hey, look at that, just the end of the bag, perfect, of powdered milk. One of my special ingredients that I don't know if anybody else uses in Bannock, and I don't know why I added it purely because I had it at the time, is powdered eggs. Yeah, powdered eggs. You actually, if you wanted to make like scrambled eggs with this stuff, not very good. But if you're going to use it in your baking or in recipes, it actually works pretty good as an egg substitute. So I'll go 1/4 cup of this stuff as well. I also got these eggs from King Arthur Flour, which is right by where I live in Vermont. So it makes it convenient. But sometimes dried whole eggs can be kind of hard to find. But I have a nice convenient source right where I live. I know you can order anything from King Arthur Flour online as well. So I got that. Now those are all my main dry ingredients. So what I'll do first here at this point is once I have all my dry ingredients together, I will kind of whisk them up into a nice kind of even mixture. Getting all that dry ingredients. There will be some what I like to call flavor bursts sometimes, little clumps that are in there a little bit. And then there's one last ingredient before this is all said and done in the dry ingredients, and this is sort of a semi-dry material. But you want to have some sort of fattening or oil agent in there. So I like to use shortening. It works quite well. You could use lard. You could also use oil. You could use margarine. But I'm going to go for 1 tablespoon of shortening. This is just all vegetable shortening. And we'll get that guy in there. Off the spoon. All right, so the shortening's in there, and then it takes a little bit of kind of mashing it into the flour and all of your dry ingredients. So I like to kind of use my whisk and break it up into chunks and get that in there as best you can. There will be a few chunks in there as you go along. All right, so here we go. This is all my dry ingredients for my Bannock mix, all in a nice little bag. I just weighed it up. It weighs 10 ounces, which is a pretty good deal for what you're getting from it. It does weigh a little bit, but this is bread for 4 people out in the field. Now it's time for cooking some Bannock. I got all my things that I'm going to need out here in front of me. I got the Bannock mix that I made up earlier back at home. This is flour, baking powder, a couple other things. And I got my good fire going here. What's really nice is right here, there's a little kind of alcove in the rock, which is going to make a nice little mini oven almost. So I got a few little sticks going in there to build some coals. The main fire going, I'll drag some coals in there in a sec. Big mix in. I like just to add water as I go to eyeball it and see if it's the right amount. For consistency, somewhere between biscuits and pancake batter. I'm going to go a little more towards biscuit this time and to see if that helps out. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Add those craisins in now. So now I want to prepare my bed of coals. You don't want them to be too hot, because that will obviously lead to burning. So a lot of times I like to use the back of my hand as the measuring tool, and if it's too hot to get your back of your hand really close to it, it might be too much. I don't want to fry the bread, but I don't want it to stick, so just a little bit of oil will do the trick. There, you got your whole bottom covered. Sides a little bit too. Okay, here's my batter. It looks really good right now, actually. See it? I'll plop that down. Got a big knob on there. It'll be a job for the dogs to clean out later. So now I'm just going to kind of mush it in. This is a fry bake, so you can fry in it, but it has a nice fitting lid. You can bake in it as well. Oh, now my cooking surface is really good. And pay attention, there's a little notch on the top of the lid. And pay attention which way that's facing. Take a look at the time, it's 58 right now. Every 2 or 3 minutes I'll rotate it, probably flip it in about 8 minutes or so. And baking time's good. Oh yeah, there's some steam going on there. Looks good, huh? Looks really nice. The Bannock bread is done. You can see the steam rising off of it. It looks pretty good. General rule of Bannock bread is never to cut it, always break it. So this one won't be hard to do, but I can grab off a chunk like this right here. Steamy goodness. Those cranberries look good. That's really nice. It's thick, it's hearty bread. That's what you want when you're out here. You want something thick and hearty. Thanks for watching another Guide You Outdoors video. Remember to check out our YouTube page and like us on Facebook